Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Finally, a senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a day in which I just used up all of my arm movement. Hopefully, your day is going well. My day is definitely a day. But first, of course, remember, no matter who you are valid. And remember, if you are a bigot, that is a terrible character flaw. But oh boy, I am having terrible nerve compression pains. I have a lot of sharp pain in my upper back and low neck. I am not using my arms a lot because of that. Both of my arms feel like they have been beaten with baseball bats. Low, dull ache. So I've got the stabbing pains of daggers in my back and neck, and I have the soreness of being beaten in my arms. I'm not feeling well today. I'm going to adjust this though, because I hate the way my collar will look. I have to struggle and fight with that. So yeah, it's a good day, and really all I can do is wait it out today. Which of course makes me, I got written down, super thrilled about the one thing where apparently they are going after Social Security and the U.S. destruction going on. So if I lose Social Security and I'm off disability, because my disability is now Social Security, I will die. I can't work. I got these issues where I can barely function just to live. If I lose my Social Security, a lot of whistling there. If I lose my Social Security, I die. I can't work. And even if I was to go out and apply, okay, you've got 100 applications. There's the 62-year-old guy who needs surgery, or the young buck who just got married. I think we're going to hire the young buck, because especially with the Trump thing going on, where segregation and discrimination is back on the menu, boys. So, yay. So I'm thrilled about that. I mean, I never thought that I would actually live to see the destruction of the country, but we're on the way. I mean, the GOP shoved a dagger into the heart of the country back when Reagan was elected, and they've just been feasting on the corpse ever since. It looks like finally there ain't no corpse left to eat, so the maggots are turning on the other maggots. Yay. But what else do I have on here? Because my nerve compression's bad, the Social Security stuff, and yeah, of course, we are headed straight into recession and possible stagflation. And if we're stuck in stagflation, that is incredibly hard to get out of. I'm not going to be able to describe it properly. If you're curious about stagflation and all that, please Google it. But I'm not an economist. I can't explain why things are or how they work. All I know is all the financial experts that know anything at all say, unless this stops, we're doomed. And then we've got the people that don't understand anything at all in charge of running the train straight into the brick wall. So, yeah. But going on and away from current events, because I hate dealing with current events, because I have no power. I have no ability to change or make any differences aside from occasionally voting. So I have no power over these things. It just drives me nuts to watch everything happening when I can't do anything about it. So I was watching a video by Beam Buddy today. Now, Beam Buddy is a channel with like 240 some odd thousand subscribers. And the video that I watched was about Fallout New Vegas and why they can't make games like New Vegas anymore. And then also dumping on Fallout 4 while he enjoyed Fallout 4. He says it's an okay game. He came to that same conclusion as I did way back. It's an okay game, but it's not a good Fallout game. It's not a good Fallout game at all. And then there was a lot of good reasons given, which look up Beam Buddy, Beam Buddy. You know, if you want to check out the videos, they're very good. And here's the thing that I'm actually going to complain about. It was like an hour and 16 minutes for this video. That could have been about an hour long. Still long, but could have cut out that much. This channel has insane production values. I would say it's movie quality, but movie quality these days is not saying much. But put it as exceptionally professional production values. These were animations that were so smooth and so well done. They were putting professional studios to shame. And as beautiful as they were, I wish they hadn't done them. Because there were great little shots that added nothing to it except for a little bit of time where the video was playing. And if you took all of those out, it didn't change the video at all. It just made it snappier and punchier because it got rid of all that dead air. Great production values. Oh my God. Are they beautiful in little, they're not intros, but like watching a plane off in the distance on a New Vegas front, and then it flies over by, and then zooming up, and it's the Beam Buddy guy standing in a doorway and talking and moving their body. Insane production values. And I wish they'd cut those out, because they just slowed the video down. But that's just me. Is there anything else that I've written down? Oh yes, here's the big one. They were talking about how in Fallout 3 and in New Vegas, Deathclaws are, especially New Vegas, Deathclaws are terrifying creatures. But in Fallout 4, they're more soft, rounded, slow moving, like fighting an armored steer instead of a mutated monstrosity. I remember quite vividly this one spot in New Vegas, just within the past couple of years, where I was up in the northeast corner of the map near a place called Boulder, I think. But the point of this area was it was Deathclaw City, and I didn't know it when I got there. And I was lucky in that I was just filled up with enough chems that I could get damage resistance from one of these things, and then another one to pump up my damage, and then another one to speed me up. And then I was able to take on Deathclaws with my power glove and win. But it was a terrifying fight because I couldn't fast travel to get out of there. And just as I finished one and then tried to catch my breath or move, here came the next one. And so I had to fill up on my large but limited supply of medications. And every time I used my power glove, it degraded. And I punched my way through the next one, and I gotta move. Fast travel, can't fast travel. Here's an enemy. Oh God. and then punch my way through that one. It was rough because, yeah, I was going head to head against Deathclaws and winning. But there seemed to be an endless supply of them, and there was a very, very limited supply of me. So, yeah, that was a very tense and frightening time. Also, as an aside, I did go to the library yesterday. I got a bunch of printing done. One of them was for a game called Dungeon Bash. And it's an old game, like 2010, 2000. It's like at least 10 years old. And I have a fair number of games that are like that I bought off drive-thru. Some that I wish had not died out. One of them, a company had come out with a game called Treasure Awaits, and then more Treasure Awaits. And if you look at them, they're awesome systems. But they had enough in them that you really didn't need to have anything else to put out. And they said it was going to be just the beginning of the whole line of materials, and then they went and put all their energy into other stuff. And it really made me sad. So that's an old game that's good. But Dungeon Bash is more of a... Well, it's kind of like Heroes of Kalinor, in that you're using your little board pieces and you're moving your characters and such around. They have spaces that they can move, and while their stat blocks, what they can do and, what they are similar to flat out tabletop RPG things. They were designed for the game Dungeon Bash, so they're not gonna quite just slot in immediately. You can use them. It takes a little work, but if you know how, you can. So that was the official word on that. But I'm interested in this one. And then there's another game that I did not get printed out that's called Epic Adventures. Another one of these makes me kind of sad thing, because they say it is a game system and game world based on their game book series that they publish. There's no sign of the game books anywhere on Drive-Thru RPG under their names. If you take a look in the book, it points to 2 game books that aren't offered for sale. So what happened? What happened to the series? What happened to the books? What happened to the books that were made and were being sold? But it does seem to be interesting, and I do want to learn it and play it. Dungeon Bash, as well as... I don't think there's something else. I think I got confused on that one. Which I hate being confused, but boy, good golly. Which I was going to say good golly Miss Molly, but got mixed up there. Blended them together. But no, I'm not sure if I printed out another game like that. Because I had $43.50 worth of printing out of $44 that they give you. I cannot exactly remember all that I printed. I know that Dungeon Bash was a part of it. I think one adventure was from Epic Adventure. But I do want to do Epic Adventure. So much stuff I want to do for the channel. And if I do too much, I'm not even going to be able to do what I can now. And I can barely do anything. So I'm going to be doing what I can. If you're still watching and you care about these things, I have not stopped playing Disco Elysium. I have just had issues, and then yesterday I did the Doom mod using the keyboard and mouse, and I think that's one of the reasons that I'm having so much trouble today, because I should have been using a controller instead of keyboard and mouse, because keyboard and mouse, you gotta lift your arms and bring them up and over. And oh, that stresses out the muscles, which stresses out the nerves, which, Whereas a controller, I just have to keep my hands in my lap. Still though, I am alive. And hopefully if you're watching this, you are too. Because if you are watching this and you aren't alive, then please, when you try to subjugate the entirety of our dimension of life, I will willingly grovel at your feet. So don't just blatantly murder me immediately, please. I'm not going to be the kind of groveling traitor that turns over my kind, because those types, usually end up getting squashed for being spineless and too groveling. So I will grovel at your feet, but I have just enough spine that I don't need to be crushed for being a sea sponge. So if you happen to be of that kind of creature, thumbs up. But if not, and we've never seen any indication of anything like that in our universe before, first time for everything though. So past that, I have been thinking as creatively as possibly, thinking about my cryptid setting, thinking about the inside, outside, and the razor's edge, thinking about my creative setting with the characters right now still. And in fact, I was watching something else where I must have been in the description talking about, or even in one of the things I printed out for solo play, where it said maybe you get the prep done, maybe you do all this, maybe you get everything together, but then you don't actually play. Now, there are a lot of people that say prep is play. And I've actually said that too, to the point that even if you're sitting in your chair and world building, that's still solo play. You're still doing it. You're just not doing the traditional thing. So prep can be play, but this person is talking about prep being used as, oh God, that hurt, procrastination, putting it off the actual play. So, yeah, there's a bunch of stuff that I want to do, and a bunch of stuff that I wish I could do, and a bunch of stuff that I want to do for the channel, and I've got just all of the, I talked about the dead skin here on this finger as it was healing up, mass calluses. Well, now all that stuff is starting to peel off, and I'm picking at it. Yay! Thumbs up for that. So, I'm going to take care of myself today, edit, render, upload, watch videos, try to use my controller to play, try not to wave my arms around too much, and try to edit and render and upload, and hopefully you can get done today the things that you would like to get done. If not, please do not beat yourself up. It will not help you get it done better next time, and you do deserve better. Well, Shumpa my duckle. Oh, God, just turning my head at that angle. It is just... Go between your spine and your shoulder blades, but then run it up to about 3 inches above the top of your shoulder blades. So it's about 3 inches below the top of your shoulders. Right there on each side, I've got just these daggers shoved in. And when I use my arms, it just grinds. And of course, the only way it's ever going to get better is surgery. Oh boy. And with the continued destruction of everything that's held the United States together, there may not be anything at all to help me get things done. The destruction of the social safety net may be so complete that my only option, because the only option really for health care in the U.S. provided by the GOP is there's a cemetery just down the road. Have you tried dying? And I don't like that option, but if you could write white box into the comments to show the YouTube algorithms and me, I'm talking very slowly, my sincere apologies, and me, that people actually watch these videos. That would be very cool. Yes, it is on the one hand blatant engagement farming. But on the other hand, it is also, I look at it as a silly little game. It is a funny little game that from my side, I'm like, hey, Marco, and on your side, you're going polo. And it's silly and goofy. And for everybody that plays, thank you so very much. It is appreciated. You don't have to, and you do. Thumbs up and thank you. For everybody that doesn't, you don't have to. Again, it's just me yelling Marco while I'm in a swimming pool with my eyes closed, listening to who says polo. If nobody says polo, next time I'll give it a shot. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is indeed a very, very good thing. Yeah, no words of wisdom. None. I did talk with my therapist. I keep mentioning this, and I'll keep mentioning it. Just about all of the clients that he has in his business, under all of his therapists, everybody's mental health is just cratering. So at least I'm not alone. Burp. I ate chili with beans before recording. Anyway, I'm just putting off hitting the stop recording button. Take care.